We live in a world where nostalgia is not just sentiment, but strategy. Companies mine the past for visual shorthand, Instagram filters that mimic film grains, fonts once used to print classified documents, interfaces retrofitted with wood grain textures and chrome highlights. These are not mistakes of taste. They're calculated echoes meant to trigger trust through familiarity. In an era of digital uncertainty, nothing feels more reliable than a curated past. The past is no longer a memory, but a product. With AI handwriting generators and deepfake historical footage, we replicate artifacts without ever touching their originals. This replication isn't just about aesthetics, it's economics. The ability to fabricate history gives power to whoever controls the tools of fabrication. What we once trusted through age now gets faked with code. This commodification of history isn't just digital. Physical artifacts are curated to meet aesthetic demand, vintage fonts rebranded for logos, antique furniture stripped and refinished into retro chic. The past is no longer a chronology, but an inventory. And in this context, authenticity becomes less about truth and more about performance.
The earliest film stocks were highly unstable, prone to decomposition and light sensitivity, while early audio tape offered vastly improved fidelity, but required precise magnetic.
At first, authenticity was a matter of time and distance. A painting aged in dust, a letter yellowed from handling. These were marks of trustworthiness. But when technology allowed us to reproduce these things endlessly, the line between real and fake blurred. What once signaled truth became a trick we learned to replicate. The paradox is that our obsession with authenticity arose precisely when it was no longer possible. In 1936, Walter Benjamin noted how film shattered tradition by making art mass-produced. We once romanticized the flaws in our tools. The hiss of a vinyl record, the glare on film grain, or the lag in early computer graphics. Each was thought to carry the soul of human imperfection. But as soon as these textures became popular, they were codified into formulas. Today's AI can generate convincing crackle and warm analog tones with the push of a button. The illusion is now manufactured for mass appeal, not stumbled upon by accident. This simulation of nostalgia is algorithmic comfort food. What we call authenticity is now a set of parameters. A model trained on decades of human history can spit out convincing handwritten notes or period, appropriate lighting for a video. But this isn't just imitation, it's memory engineering. We're manufacturing cultural memory to make the future feel familiar, even when it's based on nothing real. The result? An era where every aesthetic is a deepfake in disguise. And yet we still treat these artifacts as meaningful.
Out of air, water, and coal, we produce a fertilizer for which Americans formerly had to travel thousands of miles.
What do we really remember? Our memories are not static, they're rewritten, filtered through layers of digital mediation. Platforms like Facebook and TikTok don't just store them. They algorithmically curate what you see as the past. That nostalgic post from 2 years ago didn't happen at random. It was selected because it fits a pattern your system thinks will keep you engaged. The illusion is that this moment belongs to you, but in reality, it's part of a predictive model designed to build trust and dependency. In the earliest days of stored, program computing, von Neumann imagined memory not as a fragile human trait, but as something malleable, a system to be optimized. This idea has followed us through every digital evolution, from mainframes to smartwatches. Our memories are now part of distributed networks, scattered across servers and devices, processed by algorithms that decide what's worth remembering. The past is no longer just recalled, it's calculated. Let's talk about trust, not in people, but in systems. Sundar Pichai promises that AI will be our co-pilot for a better future, while Sam Altman locks down models like sacred texts. Both are selling us something more than technology. They're selling continuity. The idea is simple. If the past was stable, and we can engineer a version of it in code, then the future becomes manageable. The illusion here isn't just that AI works well, but that it's part of an unbroken chain, stretching back to our most trusted tools. Here's the twist. We no longer trust what we can touch. We trust what we're told is consistent with what came before, even if it never existed in that form. Neil Postman warned about technopoly turning history into a tool for present controls. When everything becomes programmable pastiche, our anchors to truth erode. A meme feels like memory. An AI-generated speech sounds like wisdom. We mistake the performance of authenticity for its substance. The collapse of temporal boundaries is not just a side effect. It's a strategy. Digital media doesn't distinguish between then and now. Everything feels either ancient or cutting edge, but nothing has real age. This is the epistemic crisis. If authenticity becomes algorithmic curation, where does truth live? We can no longer tell whether we're being shaped by history or just another data model pretending to be one?